everybody and welcome to another video. In this video it's going to be another thoughts on. Now this one is going to be on something which has kind of got on my nerves, something which I found out a few months ago, and I originally did a thoughts on that I recorded but I forgot about it and I think it's outdated now, and plus the new information that's come out has actually been made worse by the fact that I come out with. What's going on is basically, as you can tell by the title of this video, this is about the Minecraft Better Together update. But the Better Together update, you basically might as well just call it the Better Together game, because what they're doing is they are trying to unify all of the versions. Because as you know, Pocket Edition, PC and Xbox or PlayStation, you can't play together. You can play with other people on those versions, but you can't play together. And they've had the idea of unifying it, so then people can play together if they're on different versions. So say that you have a friend that lives in Australia, he has an Xbox, but you only have a laptop, then you can play on both versions, which it sounds good in theory, and it's a good idea, and it sounds like a good idea, but the way it's being achieved is too far, in my opinion. They are, let me put it this way, they are almost ruining the game to achieve this, in my opinion, and I will explain. Firstly, which is the first thing about, I will explain the stuff that's in the game. So I have got most of this information from Stampy in his special video that he did on this Better Together update. He did an original Let's Talk a few months ago when this was first announced at E3, but then he's done a proper hour-long one, which I'll put in the description below if you want to watch that, because I'd say the first, 20 minutes of the video, I was kind of, I kind of agreed with some of the stuff, but not all of it, but then after that, it was pretty much, oh yeah, I quite agree with a lot of things you're saying there. But yes, it's something which is, the things that he's been saying about it is a lot of his points. I'd say about 95% of all the points he's saying I do agree with. So, yes, in this new version, there's basically a whole bunch of stuff, but it's basically a Pocket Edition port. You could just call it that. From what I've seen with it, the way that it looks, the way that it plays, it's basically a Pocket Edition port. This is just a Pocket Edition port, and the Pocket Edition is the most buggy version of this game by far. It was okay, the original version. I played it since April 2014, so this is right before the 0.9.0 update, which had a bunch of stuff. Basically, when there was all of the old Nether, there was when we had the Nether reactor core, it was all of this random stuff. The worlds were tiny, you couldn't have infinite worlds, and then after that, they went and said, we're going to have infinite worlds, we're going to have caves, we're going to have spawning on grass, we're going to basically make this much better. And they did. And the 0.9.0 version was made very well, and we got used to it on how to play it, because that was the only version I had, but we still got used to playing it. Then after that, it was I can't remember the exact time that the updates came out, but I do remember that it was about 0.12, which was when was about the definitive version, and that was about the time I stopped playing. At that point, they'd added redstone, I know that they added the blocks for the end, but they hadn't added the end itself, like the portal, and they hadn't added Eye of Enders, but they'd added Ender Pearls. They basically added a bunch of stuff. Redstone was the last major thing. Then I stopped playing when they made it so in creative you could open chests. You could put stuff in chests in creative, because for some reason it was just a Pocket Edition quirk that you couldn't actually open, in creative, you would open a chest and it would instantly close, you couldn't actually put anything in it. Basically now, I haven't played it since, oh god, when was the last one? I don't even remember the last time I played it. That is honestly how long I haven't played it for. It's been a buggy game. They've added microtransactions in it. Apparently now, I saw a review of someone they put on Google Play, and it says, I hate what Minecraft is now. They go, oh, it's all buggy, and it says, and when people say, oh yeah, the game's buggy, have some more skin packs. So Pocket Edition is so buggy now. Stampy actually stopped doing his no home challenge because in the end, the end crystals just kept on respawning. That would mean that he just completely stopped the series, because there was also other buggy things where there's no guardians in the end. Even though there was at the end, the Eyes of Ender were trying to show him where to go. On the end portal, he went to a stronghold, and that didn't have an end portal in, and it was buggy, and it was broken, and it was basically, it's supposed to be now a full release. It's into the 1.0 stage now. I think. So it's a full release game. It's out of beta. So, and it's this buggy. Back in the beta days and even the alpha days, it was completely fine. Granted, there wasn't that much stuff in there, but the stuff that was in there worked. Now, they have basically gone, we're going to be bringing this over to Xbox now. All of this buggy features, all of the things which are slightly different, which made the Pocket Edition version, but are completely ruining the Xbox One version. And oh yeah, by the way, we're not going to be updating Xbox One anymore. You can still have it, but we're not going to be doing it. And in this new version, you're not going to get all the battle minigames, but you're going to get all the servers where people are swearing at each other, there's no proper moderation, and that's going to be the game. So you can kind of see where I'm going from with this, why I do not like it. I am just so annoyed with the way they're going about this, because they're still updating 360 and PS3 after this. They're still going to be doing this. And 4J, I doubt they make that much money out of Xbox 360 and PS3 anymore, even though there is still a large community on there. The only way they make money, I should think, apart from people buying it, which I doubt anybody really does anymore, and people buying the game, they will make money out of the sales of all the DLC, all of the battle minigame maps, all of the glide maps, other DLC like the skin packs, mashup packs, texture packs, all of that. That's the way that they're making money. And they're still updating it. It came out 5 years ago. This version did. It came out 5 years ago, and they're still updating it. They're still updating it with all of the new features. If there's any new features that come to this new Better Together update, they'll probably add it on there as well. This is going to be an update which, I mean, it's already got a negative review from it, and it seems like that Mojang and Microsoft are almost surprised about that. The thing is that they're ruining the game to unite all of the versions, because you're trying to tie the Pocket Edition version, which can't have that much processing power because it's on phones, with the PC version, which has loads of processing power, with the console version, which has okay processing power, but is limited. So you're basically going from terrible to mediocre to excellent. And you're trying to bring those all together? They're adding stuff to Xbox that if they wanted to add some really big feature, I don't know, Stampy said if they wanted to add this feature where you could have as one of the bosses, this massive giant going around, which is smashing stuff up, you have to try and defeat it by shooting arrows at it, but sometimes it would try and punch its fist down and smash you up, and it would take down loads of health even though you had diamond armor on. They couldn't do that in the Pocket Edition version. But they'd have to try and work out stuff which would work for the whole versions because they're uniting it all together. This is basically the same reason why we don't have any industry anymore in Britain, which is probably something which I'm going to be going over in another Thoughts On. We don't have any industry because they just completely brought it all together and then trying to make one side of the company do something that the other company didn't really want to do and try and force them to make it do it. And now they're doing it with the blooming whole Minecraft versions. To be honest, I think the PC and Pocket Edition version, Pocket Edition is a port of PC, just with less processing power. It's definitely a lot closer there. Xbox is a whole different ballgame. For start, the look of the game is different. It's a lot sharper on the Pocket Edition. You can't get any mods on there, so every time that there's a release of a new thing, on a new sort of thing on like new update on there, or there's a new battle map, or there's a new glide map, it's a big event. Everyone's playing it. Everyone's showing it off. People are saying, well, here's what's new in TU55 or whatever. And that's what's always happened. And now it's not going to be the same. Personally, because my original plan was to start my 360 version and move it to Xbox One. That plan originally worked until this new version was released. What's going to happen now is they're not going to get any updates, and this new version will, which doesn't make any rational sense because 4J, if they're still updating 360, they still don't get any money out of it anymore. They're still serving the customer. For the Xbox One and PS4, they'll still be serving the huge fan base which is on there. Not everyone's going to go over to this new version because most people have probably seen that it's so different that they don't want to play it. I don't understand why they have to unite the versions to all of this. Just keep the versions as they are. They shouldn't have any of these we're going to bring all these versions together. Like, it sounds good in itself, but it's ruining the game. It's just completely ruining it because people, they want a different experience on the different versions. They want a different experience on PC where you can have all sorts of different mods. They want a different experience on Pocket Edition. I mean, sometimes it'll be laggy at times, but the different controls of it, and it's sort of the same style as PC. And then the Xbox version, which is with a controller, and it's just a whole different experience. And now they're just going to try and bring it all together. And oh yeah, this is on the Nintendo Switch as well, I forgot to say. Which is even worse, because when did the Switch come out? The Minecraft Switch version came out in, what was it, March this year, I think? It hasn't even been out for 6 months yet, and they're already supposedly making it obsolete and discontinuing the updates for it. This is such an idiotic way of thinking. It is such an idiotic way of thinking. They're going to be completely ruining this game. And who knows? They could be updating and adding stuff to the Xbox One version, which could be used on the other side. Because people have been saying, they've been complaining to Microsoft and going, oh yeah, but what about the battle games? What about the glide maps? We love it on there. And their basic answer is, we've got all these servers. Why would you still want to play all these battle minigames? Because people love them. And in terms of safety, it's a completely different ballgame. Because when you go into a battle minigame, there's no chat whatsoever. Random people come on, and you just play games against them. You'll play a game, and then that will end. Then some people will leave, some people will come on, and then you'll do another game. And that's the way it will run. There's no communication. On PC, there's constant communication. You can send people messages in the chat. On Xbox, you can only talk to someone through the parties, or if you message them. And most people don't want to message anyway, because one, the Xbox typing is slow, and it's not part of the actual Minecraft version. You have to go into the proper Xbox Live, you have to type it really slowly, and by that time, the game's probably started and you've been killed. This is the thing with this. It's going to be completely ruined to the game. It's scuppered up my whole plans of even possibly getting an Xbox One, because even though all my friends are on there, the version is going to be completely ruined. Even though there's bigger worlds on there. Because they're like, oh yeah, we're not getting rid of the Xbox One. But no one doesn't want to play on a game that's not getting continual updates when a different version is. They don't want to go and stay on Xbox One, and if they add a brand new feature, like if they added concrete slabs, for example, which I quite like in the game. If they added concrete slabs, then, and that when you were still on Xbox One version, you'd have to go to this new version, because they're not updating it anymore. Or you have to dig out your 360 in the cupboard and put your Minecraft disc back in it. I think that there could possibly be an upsurge in the amount of people playing on 360, because I don't think that most people have actually sold their Xbox and got rid of it. They've just, or it hasn't broken. It's just been, well, we've got the Xbox One now, I'm just going to put my 360 in the cupboard. And they'll probably just dig it out the back of their cupboard or out their attic again and go, let's play this, let's update this. It can still update it the same version. Mind you, it will probably be a little bit more laggy and the worlds will be smaller, but you will have even more updated things on it. I just don't understand these people. I just don't understand. And I'm not saying that I don't like change, because I've managed to live with change on the 360 when they did, or just on the console version when 4J updated all the colours. It annoyed me at first, but I've managed to live with it. I'm not saying that I don't like change. I'm saying that this version is just going to completely ruin it. And I'm sure that a lot of you will agree. Put in the comments down below your opinion on this, because I really want to know what a good portion of the community thinks about this. Because personally, I think that it's already got a more negative following, simply because when Mojang announced it at E3, people thought that it was just going to be an update to Xbox One version, and then when they did a follow-up article a day later, they still said it was a new version, so people still thought that it was just an update to it. No, it's a new game. So first, that's confused people, and secondly, it's terrible. People don't want to play a Pocket Edition port on Xbox, which Stampede said himself is not ready. And they've already said they've already delayed it a few times, and they've set the release date to October now. I think that now they're stuck with it. They're going to try and rush to get it done, which is going to add even more bugs to it because they're not taking their time on it. And it's going to be completely broken. They're going to stop the updates for the old version, and people are going to be forced to go over there when they don't want to. I'm sorry. The 360 is still getting updates. Why can't the Xbox One get updates? It's only been out there for 3 years. Or 4 years, however many you want to say. Most of my friends didn't get an Xbox One until probably about 2 years ago. Like, from about 2 years ago, everyone started getting it in my school. So, what is the point in this? I'm not even over on Xbox One yet, and I'm already contemplating just staying on 360. Because even though on GTA 5, you could get all of the first-person stuff, the proper first-person stuff, and that'd be pretty cool, then you could actually get higher resolution on it, it's still going to be terrible in the fact that I can't play my favourite game of all time, which I've put 1,000 hours into, plus, that I can't play because it's not getting any updates. And I don't care whether they're just like, oh yeah, but You still can play it. No one wants to play a game that doesn't get updates. I don't understand. They just think that this is going to be a brand spanking new version. Everyone's going to love it, because it's not. It's a brand spanking new version. There's a Pocket Edition port, which is buggy and broken, like the Pocket Edition, and they're trying to move it over to Xbox so they can go ahead with this plan to try and unite all the versions, which is not a good idea anyway. I seriously don't understand why they're going to all of this trouble just so people can play together. In my opinion, they could have done something like on the consoles. They could have allowed people on PS4 and Xbox to play together. I don't know how well that would have gone, because you're trying to cooperate with two companies, with Sony and Microsoft. I don't know how well that would work. They could do something like, I don't know, they could try and unite it so people on the Wii U version could play with people on the Switch. Or people on the Vita could play on the Wii U, or something like that. For now, I'm staying on 360. I think I'm going to try and persuade Atlanticraft, if he's watching this video, to stay on 360. I will probably get an Xbox One, and I will probably get the new Minecraft version and play it for myself. But I am not going to put up with this whole thing where I'm not getting any updates on the old Xbox One version. It's completely ridiculous. The fact that they're still updating 360 and even the Vita version. They just couldn't care less about the Xbox One version. So in fact, they're just imposing this on people. They're basically saying, well, you know that version that you've known and loved for years? Well, we're going to be taking it with a completely rubbish version, which is buggy and broken, from a phone, which doesn't have that much processing power. You're going to have to get used to it, and if you don't like it, then we're just going to stop updates from the game that you loved, so you're forced to go on here anyway. It's really fun, as you can tell in my voice. This is something which I am not looking forward to, and it has completely ruined the game. Minecraft, it was different on 3 versions. You had 3 choices that you could do just for 3 different ways. Xbox, there's a different way. PC, there's a different way. Pocket Edition, there's a slightly different way in terms of controls and things like that, but it's basically the same as PC. Is now wouldn't be able to put a cigarette paper between them, which is what their aim is. And I'm fed up with it, because I don't want to see the game which I know and love get ruined by blooming Microsoft. Because they're just trying to push and push and push this. Oh, unite the versions. Why? Oh, you make more money out of it. Oh, yeah, great. Thanks for ruining the game that we've known and loved. Yes, anyway, that's the thoughts on this new version of the Better Together update. As you can tell, I am not happy with this at all. Put down your opinions in the comments below. I really want to hear your opinions on this, because personally, I think that the console is vastly superior to this. But who knows, they could be updating it to make it better, but by the looks of it, it's very unlikely. I highly doubt that they will. So essentially, Minecraft has now been ruined. It's going to be released, they said, just before or in October, so they've set a date now which they're going to be rushing to try and complete. I mean, it's going to be even more buggy, so this will be a massively fun experience coming out at the end of this year. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video if you search for that one as well. Bye!